Right, so to make the cardboard mould, we take our box, we're going to measure out the lengths either side here, which is going to be 95. So I'm just going to mark off about 95. And then down this side, I'm going to do the same. Make sure that mark comes right up to the edge of the box here. And then you want to draw a line from this mark to the mark over here, across, whoops, like so. There you go. So we've got a line along there. And then I just make mine as long as this box is because I find that's a nice length anyway. So I take it from this mark over here up to this corner like this diagonally. Now you can see we've got the line along the bottom there, the line along here, and the line along here. So now what I want to do is want to cut it out. Just be careful not to rip into the cardboard. Maybe cut out wide to begin with and then come around with a final cut at the end. There we go. And now we've got a mould, as you can see. You might have a thing here where like this changes level and that will show in the concrete. So what you want to do is you want to figure out what size that is in a scrap bit of cardboard and then just put that in there and just sellotape it into place, and that'll just make everything look a bit more flush. So right, now we're going to prep it for the concrete. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some clear duct tape and we're just going to cut out strips of it and then lay them out in here, making sure that there's no creases or air bubbles. You need them really nice and smooth in here. Right, so first of all, what you want to do is you want to dig out a triangle the same size as your mould so that it will fit in there, so then it will make sure when you pour the concrete in it doesn't warp the shape. What you want to do is you want to pour your cement in, give it a good old amount. It doesn't matter if you've got too much, it's better to have too much concrete cement mixed up than it is to have too little, because you don't want to just pour some and have to make up a whole new batch, because that will harden up and it won't make a very solid item. So you just want to gradually add the water, mixing it in until you get to a sort of like a gooey, runny paste, sort of thickening, but you can still freely move your mixer through it. Right, then once you get to a nice sort of like, I don't know, porridgey consistency, you want to go ahead and pour it in. So here we go, we're just going to spray this with WD-40, make sure it comes out later, and then we're just going to go ahead and pour this in. And then just move the stick around while you're mixing it all in it to free up any bubbles. And there you go. Now what we're going to do is just leave that for about 12 hours and then come back to it, and what we're going to do is take it out of the mould and just let it continue setting but out of the mould. Right, once the obstacle is fully dried and it's not, you can't see any darking on the concrete cement, that means that the whole thing is dried and set and it's ready for us to put some concrete seal on it. This will basically make it super strong and stop it from chipping off and give it a coating. Right, once that's dried, you want to put this on a flat surface and just see if it's level. If it's set nice and flat when you put it in the mould, you don't have to do this, but sometimes it may be a bit unstable, as you can see here. So what you want to do is you want to take some coarse sandpaper and just turn it upside down and just sand down this and carry on putting it down flat to test to see if it's flush. Right, so I've finished sanding this down, and as you can see there's a lot of dust here. You might be sanding down for quite a bit, it depends how uneven it is. So I'm just going to put the last coat of concrete sealant on here, on all sides, even the underside. So you want to wait for this to dry and then do the underside, because if you put this on its side, it's going to pick up all the dirt and stuff from your surface, and it will be ingrained in there. Just let that dry, and then the other side, and then bang, you're done. That's the finished product. All ready for you to put stickers on, or draw on, do a graphic on. What you want to do is maybe just get some wax and just wax up all the sides that you're going to use. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this video helped.